Queen B, and welcome to Back to Black, where we talk about business movers, shakers, entrepreneurs, and others in our Black community. Today, I have a lovely guest with me today. I forgot your first and last name, sorry.
Maurice Manley,
I'm sorry.
owner of King Collision Auto Repair,
Located
at 2882 Bryce Road.
We're going to leave that in there. I like it. You came back. You came back, sir.
No
Mr.
problem.
Maurice Manley. It's nice to meet you. So, I want all that again at the end because I like to spiel.
I do that all the time.
Wow. So,
Years on the radio, I say it at least twice.
So, you're on the radio.
On the radio, advertise heavy on the radio.
Okay. And now, why the radio? Have you found
Because
that
we get
return?
great exposure from the radio.
Really?
In our community, they like 95.5. That's for the older generation, like that smooth, mellow. Then sometimes we like something a little bit better. So we have that radio station. Then you got 106.3, 106.7. Those radio stations for younger to middle age.
Wow. So you've done your research.
Have to do it because in our community where I'm located at, 2882 Bryce Road.
Yes.
It's the Bryce Reynoldsburg area. There's a lot of families there, so you have communities where basically we have a lot of families there, and when you have the families, you want to have the people who are going to work every day, middle income. They're riding to the car on the way to work, they're trying to catch news, trying to listen to the Breakfast Club. So while you listen to the Breakfast Club, hey, here you go, here's a radio ad right at your way. But the radio is big for that. Because you're at work, a lot of times what you have in the background, the radio going.
That's right.
Then what you hear? King Collision Auto Repair, located at 2882 Bryce Road.
Okay.
Me saying it.
So King Collision Auto Repair. See, I got that first take.
Yeah.
So do you do all kinds of maintenance? Are you focusing mainly on cars that have been in accidents, or what is the focus of your business?
Well, we do collision repairs are bread and butter. That's my specialty. I have background in that. Went to school for it in high school, trade school. That's why I'm big into the trade schools. Go to Eastland Career Center to sponsor a table there to educate the children on that. Then I went to customs after collision repair. Then I realized collision suits my skill set. From there is just obtaining all the degrees and certifications. So that's my specialty. That's where I have a strong knowledge base. The mechanical aspect is naturally part of collision because you have to fix every component of the car. We were rejecting a lot of mechanical in order to speed the collision repair up, so we would sublet that operations. Now we feel like we have to do it because we were sending our vehicles out to other shops and they didn't have the same care that we had in the vehicle. I would send it to a shop up the street. They would do what they deem as necessary. They would put in extra parts that was not needed because they weren't paying the bill. They didn't look at it from the customer standpoint of, hey, I have to pay for this.
Right.
How much is this going to cost me? Am I going to have to worry about rent next month because of this car bill? So we eliminated that off our plate so we can have a better customer service experience.
So, and I think that's great because there's been plenty of times, especially as a female, we go to take our car in and they're like, you need a whole new car. You're like, well, homie, I just came for an oil change. What happened? So I like that. So how do you source most of your customers? Where do most of your customers come from?
Honestly, most of our customers come from word of mouth.
Yeah.
That is big. If you go on Google and look at our reviews, they're 4.9.
Woo!
Big. Love it.
Wow.
And we promote it every time a customer comes in. You come in, you have a good experience. Hey, tell your friends, tell your neighbors. The location we have is really good, so you're getting a lot of passerbys who just stop in. They see the movement on a daily basis. Like Monday, you'll see 5 cars out there that's destroyed. Come Friday, those same 5 cars look brand new. So they're riding by, seeing this on a daily basis. And that's what's bringing a lot of people to us. Then again, the word of mouth, not just the Google, but we have individuals who go out to workplaces and say, hey, Maurice, over to King Collision, talk to him. He's a really good guy. He knows what he's doing. He took care of us. Then I'm getting calls on my cell phone from people I've never met. Like they've known me my whole life. Hey, Maurice, how's it going? Like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
You did answer the
But
phone.
who is this?
when I called you like, hi, Maurice. He's like, hey, how you doing? Like, I've never met this guy, but you were very personal the
Try to
first
be.
time. Especially, I've been told I sound like a bill collector when I call.
Oh,
so
no.
you
I
didn't
typically
hang up.
on bill collector.
I have to call my family members like, hey, can I speak to Aunt Kim? And I hear a pause. I'm like, this is Champagne. It's not a bill collector. So that
Yeah.
you have a very personal voice when you answer the phone. And it's like, you know, some business owners, they forget that there is a certain professionalism that should be maintained at all times.
All time.
So when you call them on the phone, they're like, yeah, who this? And it's
Well,
like,
I like what I do.
yeah.
I don't mind helping. I believe at the end of the day, we're going to be questioned for what we do and questioned for our wealth. It's not necessarily financial because I don't have a bunch of money, but it's our wealth of knowledge.
Right.
So I've been given a gift. So that gift that I have, I try to use it to the benefit of my community. So when you come in the door, that's what you're going to get. If you don't need something on your car, I'm not going to sell you something you don't need.
Right.
Why? Because if I sell you something you don't need, you're unhappy with the price point I gave you, and you're like, man, I really don't think I needed that. Then someone's probably going to tell you later down the road, I don't think you needed that. Now I look bad, my company looks bad. So we give you exactly what you need, and if it's a repair plan that we have to build for you, we'll build a repair plan like, hey, look, this is what's coming up. This is what's coming due on your vehicle soon. So let's go ahead and put something together for this for the next 3 months or 6 months, whatever it's going to take based upon your budget. Not mine, because if it was up to me, I'll spend everything you got in your account and fix your car 100% like brand new immediately.
Right.
But everyone doesn't have those type of resources, so let's put something together of what you need right now and what can get you through for the next several months. Then you put a little bit into your vehicle over time.
So okay, so let's move back a little bit. So we know about the business. We know what you have going on, the good reputation. I love it.
Yeah.
How long have you been in business?
Well, we opened in June of 2017.
Wow.
So it's fairly new. So it's very important for us to put forth the best foot every time we go out the door. We try our best to make sure everything is done 100% the way it should be the first time around, because no one likes to come back after they had their vehicle at a repair shop. So we do a quality inspection at the end of the process. As soon as the vehicle is done, we take it on the test drive, we bring it back. Hey, did we hear any noises? Let's check the fitment of the panels. Is there any loose bolts or anything along those lines? It has to go through a thorough quality inspection before we give the vehicle back to the customer, because again, it has to look at it, is this your car? Are you going to put your mother or your sister, your daughter, your brother, or anyone in this car and feel comfortable and safe with it? So my employees are big on that. The culture at the work is like, man, they like being there. They're at work right now and it's an hour past closing and they don't have to be there. They're typically there 6 to 7 o'clock at night and they get off at 5. And they don't care about the money. It's the aspect of, I like what I want to do. I do for a living. I want to take care of the people. So that's big for us. And that's what helped us get to this position now. Then the way it looks, we're going to have to open up another location because we're too busy.
That's a good problem to have.
Great problem to have.
But that is great to have, like within 2 years. A lot of people don't see that type of growth for maybe 4, 5, 6 years.
Absolutely.
So what do you think led to you being able to see such a quick growth in your business?
Well, honestly, I think it was the experience. The background that I have is a little bit of mixed. Being a black man, we've had issues in the past. I don't ever say anyone, don't downplay someone because of what they've done in the past, because you don't know what that person is now. There's a lot that you have to go through sometimes in life in order to be a great person today. So, coming from the inner city, I've ran into trouble, run into problems, run into situations. And with those problems and situations, I've learned to grow and to adapt. It also taught me about people. So when I learned about, okay, this is how you avoid problems, this is how you avoid certain situations, put forth your best effort immediately, then that person put trust in you. And you're constantly on an interview, no matter where you go. You go to McDonald's, hey, let's stay dressed, let's stay nice, let's keep a smile on our face. You pass people in the mall or wherever the case may be, you say, hey, how you doing? Even if they look at you with the mean mug, you keep that air up on you. Having that personality allowed me to exceed in corporate collision repair. That started off as an estimator, started off or as a detailer, then went from detailer to a technician. It was all about my personality and attitude at work. Hey, I'm here to work every day. I'm put forth my best effort. That allowed me to springboard easily. So when I had that mindset for someone else, it made it easy to put forth that effort for me. And from there, it's just been phenomenal success with the community. You bring your car, I fix it. You like me when we come in the door, because it's not just about the repair. You know it's going to cost you money, but how big of an inconvenience is it? How does this feel when we come in the door? When you come in, it's a clean environment. We're smiling. We're happy. We like being there. We know you're upset because you got to spend money. So why make it worse? And I think that's the biggest key to the success is, you have that feeling when you come in the door that, hey, we feel good about what we do. Used to feel good being here.
So you're creating like a customer-focused atmosphere.
Absolutely,
that
100%.
Customers are resonating with, and they're like, I really like this guy. So they're talking, they're telling people, hey, word of mouth. And that's big because a lot of people don't get that your personality and how you talk to people, how you treat people can be a direct correlation to how well your business will do. But why start your own business? Why not work for someone else? Why not, why bring on this burden and stress of having your own business when you can just work for other people?
Well, honestly, my background family-wise is coming from a bunch of leaders. So coming up, I was looking at business owners. My grandfather ran moonshine back in the day, and he showed that to his sons. Then they ended up becoming business owners in their own sense. Of course, you had some illicit guys, but then you also had the regular business owners, such as barbershops. You had fish markets. They had establishments where you come in and you gamble all day. That's the illicit aspect. But those were business owners. They didn't know what they had to do. They had very little education, but they knew they didn't want to work for someone else. They knew that in order to have freedom, they had to obtain their own financial freedom first. So you don't have to rely upon someone to take care of your bills when you take care of your own. Then when it comes down to addressing any atrocities or anything that's wrong or improper, you don't mind saying it because they're not paying your bills at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to addressing community issues, I don't bite my tongue because 90% of my business is African American. It's black. It's me. So if someone affects the black community, I hurry up and stand up about it. Because one, it directly affects me because I'm a black man. It directly affects my community because those are the people that's coming in to meet every day. So I want to make sure my customer base is okay. So being a business owner, I was working for people and I was striving to get to that point. And when I make a statement against something because I know it's wrong, it may affect my pockets. It may affect my household, my family. So I was unable to address certain issues because of the financial aspect. So I wanted to obtain that freedom. That was the real drive behind it, was to obtain the freedom to be able to stand up for my community without fear of repercussion of financial issues. Okay, now that I'm getting fired from this job, what can I do? That's what prevents a lot of us from being able to address our community. So that's big with me.
Wow.
It's us.
I think it's hard to start a business.
It's very hard.
It's hard. And I think that is, I agree. You should be able to stand up for what your beliefs are, and without the fear that you might lose your business and you might lose your or you lose your job, income, because that'll be quick. Or the politics, that was big when I would work in corporate. You can't smile too hard at this person.
Exactly.
Keep your head this way. They don't like when you do that. You like to be free.
You like to be free.
So one more thing before we go, I wanted to touch on before we started. We were talking about trade shows.
Absolutely.
So I was curious. Tell me about these trade shows. What are you doing at the trade shows? What are they for?
Well, the trade shows are mixed. You can be a vendor at the trade show, or you can be a consumer. And it's what type of consumer you want to be at these trade shows. The trade shows that I love attending are SEMA, which is the biggest one in Las Vegas. It's a week-long event. The other one that we just went to the past 2 weekends ago was in New York. It was the Northeast Trade Show. They have vendors from all over the world there. They also have free classes there at these trade shows. The SEMA event more are paid classes. The Northeast Trade Show are free. You want these trade shows because it's going to give you an education that you didn't have before. You're dealing with people from different regions, different markets, and their experiences can help you in your market. So that was my biggest thing, was going to these trade shows to meet different people from different areas to enhance what I can bring to my community, to my customer base. When I went there, I was seeing the trends and what's going on in the industry in other markets of where we should be. Columbus is far behind in the collision repair. We're nowhere near where it should be. So I made the necessary steps when I opened up this business to be where California, New York, and New Jersey is at. Those customers are already getting the experience of what it should be, what collision repair is going to be in the near future. Columbus didn't have that. So my company was able to go in from the trade show experience, learn from those guys, and take that and bring it over to Columbus. And now we have a collision repair facility that's giving you up-to-date repairs, up-to-date customer experiences. That's why I go to trade shows. I really love it.
So it's not enough to just know what you know. You are about continuing education in your craft.
Yes, you have no choice. With vehicles, they're coming out with new models every year. Mm-hmm. And with those vehicles coming out with new models every year, you have to update your education every year. You have to update equipment every year. Mm-hmm. There's shops out here repairing vehicles that they should not be touching because one, they're not certified to repair them. Mm-hmm. There's at least, say there's 200 shops in Columbus. Out of those 200 shops, 100 of those don't have the necessary equipment to touch any vehicle, let alone these 2016 plus. Mm-hmm. There's shops in Columbus who don't have licenses to repair your vehicle, but yet their doors are open. It's showcasing that they're collision repair or mechanical repair. You have to be up to date because everything is changing. There's, for instance, the Toyotas are coming out with a new welder that you have to repair any structural repair. And no shop in Columbus that I know of has it. So the 2018-19 Toyotas that are hit very hard are totaling because no one in Columbus has the necessary equipment to repair them. So it's constant education, constant upgrading your business. Is not an easy task, but if you like what you do, like we do at King Collision Auto Repair, we're going to put forth that effort. We're going to go to the classes. We're going to order the necessary equipment. Actually, Monday we have a video coming out of new equipment being dropped off at the shop. So we're constantly moving. You have no choice but to grow and continue your education in collision or mechanical repair.
Wow, Mr. Maurice, I have to say this is probably one of the most informational interviews we have done so far with Black Business Life. And this is why we do it, because it's very important as business owners that we share information, we share our tactics so that we can grow, we can become that Black economic powerhouse that we want to be.
Absolutely.
So before we go, if you could please tell all the lovely people out there, how can they get in contact with you if they want to visit or frequent your establishment?
Well, you can contact Maurice at King Collision Auto Repair. Phone number 614-412-KING or 614-412-5464. Or you can visit us on the web at kcarrepairs.com or simply Google King Collision Auto Repair and you can send text or call at any time.
Wow, man, this guy has got to be on TV. You got to be on TV.
I need to be on there. Most people say I look like Anthony Anderson. I'm like, please don't tell me that.
Well, hey, he's making money. You might want to take that
I
one.
might have to take that. Thinking about it.
Thanks again for joining us today on Back to Black. I am again your host, Miss Champagne B. If you have not liked us on social media, please do so. Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, check out our YouTube, and don't forget to leave a comment and let us know what you want to see next. Thanks again, you guys, and until next week.